Welcome to another edition of Swim Easy Speed. Today we're going to look at, I'm going to break down 100 free for time we did. We're going to look at Jon here in the first lane, so Jon Fecik. And we're just going to break down a stroke, see how it went, and see how this 100 did for him, if there's anything we can pull out of it. So what you can see is for the data down below, he's going at about 15 strokes for the first 25, 9.8 on the split out to the 15 meter, 14.92 at the feet. So then you can see he's a little bit shorter on the breakout, by about a yard. We're up to 16 strokes. Tempo is about 1.43, so it's speeding up just a little bit. And then distance per stroke cycle started to take a little bit of a hit, but not much. So 14.57, so a little bit faster on that 25. Now we're up to 17 strokes. Tempo's coming back up again, so about the same. But we're slowing down. So 15.35 took a hit in the distance per stroke cycle. And then on this last one, you can see breakouts going down 18 strokes, 1.28. So he's really just starting to slip a lot of water. 1.75 yards a second. And he was like 59 and change for the whole thing. So, that's some of the stuff that we want to look at. The one thing that we can pull out of this, if we're looking, and, we're looking down here. So the big thing would be, this number of strokes that he's taking. Let's see if I can get it. It's only going to let me do it up here. So if we're looking down below, if we're looking at that first lap, 15 strokes, tempo 1.47, distance per cycle is about 2.47 yards. Then the next one is 16 strokes, 1.43. 2.45 yards distance per stroke cycle. So he's a little bit faster on this split. He's held the same amount of tempo, one more stroke, but hasn't really didn't take a hit in his distance per stroke cycle. Then we go to 17. Tempo comes back up just a little bit, but that distance per stroke cycle is going down. Definitely getting slower. He was to the 15 meter split. He was about 10 seconds versus 9.8, 9.5. Yards a second now, down to about 1.63. And then the last one, you can see 18 strokes. Tempo is really starting to get pretty high. And then his distance per stroke cycle is going down significantly. So we're off about 20% from the start. 15 meter split. Actually, it looks like it was his fastest one. And the yards per second, 1.75, but split comes back up. So, one of the things that it looks like was happening was that he was just starting to lose a little bit of ground as he went along through that third 25. The fourth one he came back, but at a significant cost because his tempo was up so much higher. And he was, making up for that loss in distance per stroke cycle by a higher tempo. So that was about all he had after the end of that 25. So that's some of the stuff that we want to look at. And what it hints at is that, we're either the technique is not where it needs to be quite yet. Or we've got to work on just a little bit more fitness, although he pretty much even splitted it. So that would lend me to believe that it's less kind of a fitness related issue and more of a technique related issue. But it could be kind of fitness at the technique that we're working at. So, as always, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you have any questions, please let me know.